You will never waste money on self-development. Investing in yourself will always be a great idea. It will always be a great strategy. And I got 5 reasons why investing on self-development is super great, super important. So let's get in the first one. Physical fitness, staying fit. Go get a gym membership. I don't care if you go once a week, twice a week, 3, 4, 5 times, go. And I think it's important that you buy one, because when you buy things, it kind of forces you to use it more. So go get a gym membership, start working out. You don't have to have a goal of being a bodybuilder or looking like the NFL linebacker fresh out of training camp. Football season right around the corner. But, your goal may be to lose 20 pounds, or your goal may be to add 20 pounds. Either way, we're always looking for self-improvement. So if you start going to the gym, it's going to help you from a physical standpoint, but also helps you as a mental standpoint. And the reason is because when you start working out more, it gives you more confidence. Because if you work out at the gym for like 5 hours, your body doesn't really change. But if you go for 1 hour every day for 5 weeks, you're going to see a much greater change. So it's really about being persistent and being consistent. So that's why I think investing in your physical fitness is always going to be a great return on investment, because there's hard work you actually got to do. You actually have to show up to get results. You can't really fake it. You can't go online and buy six-pack abs. You can't go online and buy muscles to make you lift a bunch of weight. You actually have to go. You have to show up. You got to put in the time. You got to put in the effort. So investing in your physical fitness is great. And if you don't want to do the gym membership thing, I get it. Sometimes people, hey, may not live close to a gym membership. Go for runs. Go for walks. You can push-ups. Don't cost you anything. You don't need any equipment for setups. Jump rope. Look, buy some weights at the crib, get in every day or every other day, whatever works for you in your schedule. But investing in your physical fitness is great. So many people out here, especially in the United States, they're dying from heart attacks, strokes, high blood pressure. So get in better shape, guys. Can't go wrong with it. Number 2, looking good and dressing better. When I come on these videos, I usually kind of wear the same type of attire. It's usually, a t-shirt, maybe a hoodie, my shades, got a hat, because that's the casual vibe I go with when I'm making these videos. But when I'm out in the world and I'm going to places, going out to a restaurant or going to an event, it's good that you dress good and you dress well and you're dressing for the occasion, because it's going to make you stand out. A lot of people, if you notice, when you go to like a Walmart or you go to a grocery store, look how many people just barely just wake up, roll out the bed, and just walk into a store. They got wrinkled shirts. They're wearing, pajama pants. People don't even really have really good upkeep. So if you make it a habit of every time you step out, hey, I'm going to look good when I step outside. I don't care if I got to run to the store just to get some, something to eat, or I got to run a couple errands. You know what? Hey, man, I'm going to make sure my shirt isn't wrinkled, make sure my appearance is acceptable, right? Because how you look and how you dress is going to be a reflection of how some people look at you, right? If you walk into an establishment and you're well dressed versus looking sloppy, people are going to they're going to treat you a little bit better. It's just the way the world works. So invest in looking better. I'm not saying that you have to go buy 10 suits and you have to buy a bunch of expensive designer stuff. You can just get black t-shirts. You can just get some white tees in the summertime or whatever case may be. Like, you can just look nice. You don't need to spend a lot of money to look nice. And it goes back to my earlier point. When you're in better shape and you take care of your body, the clothes look better, the clothes fit better. It's a combination of things. Next up, number 3. This is a kind of an underrated thing about self-development and appearance, is smelling nice. I think, this is for my guys, you need 3 colognes. 3 different types for 3 reasons. So the first one is you need a cologne for work. Now, you should go with something that smells good, but it's not overbearingly strong, but something that smells good. And that way, when you walk in and out of places, people will remember how you look, and people will remember how you smell. If you look good and you smell good, people remember that, and it makes you stand out. So I think you need 1 cologne for a workplace. Now, if you work in like construction or you do some blue collar stuff, you're around a bunch of dudes, you probably don't need a rock of cologne. But if you work in the office, like I have a couple of jobs, so I work in an office space, so I got a bunch of ladies around. So I like to look good, I like to smell good. Not that I'm trying to get with them all, but it's just the fact that it's just the way that the vibe is. You know what I mean? You want to look good, you want to smell good. So you have a cologne for work. Then I think you need a cologne for when you go out and about. You go out to the bars, you go to a restaurant, maybe you with your you on a date, or you're with your significant other. You want to smell good for them too, right? You want to smell like money. You want to look like money, and you'll feel like money. And so you want to have a cologne that you kind of go out and about with. Now the third cologne I call it the car cologne. It's just something that you keep in a little spray bottle. So if you run some errands, you want to look good. You don't want to smell bad, bro. No one wants to be the smelly bro. You don't want to be a smelly dude running in and out of spots. So keep a little cologne in your car that can work. So you got three. You got one for your job, a workplace. Maybe even when they have some workplace events, you still want to smell good. You got one for your, for your significant other. When you're going out into town, you're trying to, you're on that fly vibe, right? And then I think you just need one to keep in a car. Sometimes you got to run, you got to eat, going in and out of places. You got things to do. You want to still smell good. So I think you need three type of colognes. Fourth thing, eating healthy. Eating healthy is important. I know that a lot of times I'm on a go. You may be on a go, and it's really tempting to go eat some fast food, some cheap stuff, but you usually pay for it on the other end of things later in life. So you have a lot of cholesterol, like I said, blood pressure issues. You got all these crappy food with all these chemicals they put in everything in the day. So if you invest in eating healthier, it's gonna kind of trickle down to other parts of your life. Now you don't want to eat that stuff. Like, hey, I'm going to a drive-thru now, I'm good, I'll pass on that. No, I'd rather I'll wait a couple hours and I get to the crib and I'll eat something that's better. Or I'll spend more money at the steakhouse than I will at Wendy's. I'll pass on that. So it may hurt your pockets at the moment, but it's a better investment. What's better, eating a healthy meal or some crappy fast food because you're just on a run and on the go? And a lot of times, let's be honest, we live in a first world country. You ain't going to starve to death if you have to wait another hour or two till you get back home, or wait an hour or two till you go to a nicer spot to go get some food. You're not going to starve to death. You're not going to die. So eating healthy is something that I think a lot of people need to incorporate more, especially if you're on that on the grind of making more money. If you're on the grind of looking a little bit better, food is fuel. So what you put in your body is fuel. If you're eating a bunch of junk food, you're going to kind of feel a certain way. If you're eating fruits and vegetables, you're going to feel a little bit better. It's going to give you a little more energy. So eating healthy, eating habits, great for self-improvement, great for self-development. And my last one I got is number 5. It's going to be gaining knowledge. I'm always going to advocate of reading for books. If you're not into reading books, which you should be, then get some audiobooks. But get some good books that are going to actually improve your life. I'm not saying that you shouldn't read sci-fi books or, other books about whatever hobbies you're into, but you should be reading books by people who are doing things at a high level, because they're giving you the game. They're giving you the blueprint of how they became that type of person. What did they do to become that type of person? What they didn't do to become that type of person? And they can give you the stories and information. So I'm always going to be an advocate of reading books, audiobooks as well. They're great if you're taking to the gym. They're great for going to car rides. I listen to more informational content now than I actually do music. And I grew up, making music and stuff. So now I find more interesting content about people who are highly successful than just listening to some rapper or listening to some, rock band or rock guy. There's more information that can apply to your life in the book than somebody just rapping on a song or some radio hit that they keep playing over and over and over again that gets, gets caught in your brain. You can't forget about it. So put some good information in your mind. Put some good information into your mindset, because it's going to start having you think differently. It's going to have you start analyzing situations a little bit differently. So I'm always advocate for gaining knowledge. It doesn't necessarily have to be a college or university. It doesn't necessarily have to be, a seminar. You can just buy books online on Amazon. You can go to, your local library. Libraries are still a thing. You can go there and get books for free. You don't even got to spend money there. So those are my 5 things I think that could help you out and help me out in life on my personal journey, on my self-development grind, is, physical fitness, dressing a little bit better, trying to always smell good, eating a little healthier, gaining some more knowledge, man. You can't go wrong with those things. You don't need $1 zillion to do any of those things. All you need is a little bit of time and effort to go get it. So if you like this message, man, I appreciate you rocking with me. Hit the like button, hit a comment, subscribe to the vibe. It's your guy L Train, man. I'll be back with another one. Peace.